Chuck Leavell, a person I've admired for a long time, as so have many, many other people, and specifically musicians in what you do. You had the first group to play in the Georgia Theater in Sea Level, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. That's right. That would have been what, 76 or 7?
76, 77, I think.
Yeah. 77, yeah. Wonderful theater. I remember it, coming back online, and we were the first band to play there, so it was quite an honor.
Studios can be magical with the sounds you get, and I know you prefer some studios as to others. Was the Georgia Theater that way as well, acoustically, and just the feel of that building?
Yeah, I think it was the vibe, Charlie, more than anything else. It just had a great vibe inside. The people that came really enjoyed themselves. They were very comfortable. The bands were comfortable. The stage is big enough, but not too big for the kind of thing we were doing. Of course, we were just a quartet with Sea Level when we opened it up, and I look forward to coming back, man. It was a tragedy, of course, that it burned down, and I think a lot of people were very upset about it, myself included, but hey, it came back, yes. It's a good thing.
What does the Georgia Theater mean to the state of music in general, specifically Georgia, but overall, really? It's a place that has quite a history.
Well, it does, and just that kind of venue in general is so important for musicians like myself and others. Even some of the big bands that I play with, the Rolling Stones, before we do a tour, what do? We go play a club. Yep. And to play a venue like the Georgia Theater is so important, to be able to have access to that. And, of course, it's great for the fans.
Is it pretty cool for you on August 2nd to tee it up, so to speak, at 8 o'clock and play there at the Georgia Theater?
Well, it is. The fact that we opened with Sea Level, and of course we don't have Sea Level anymore. The band broke up around 1980, so it's been a while. But some of the members of the band, Davis Causey, who lives here in Athens, and Randall Bramlett, they'll be with me, and certainly look forward to that. Of course, we're going to celebrate it a little bit, play some Sea Level music, and as well as some new things. I'm working on a new record now that's a tribute to pioneering blues piano players, so we'll throw some of the new stuff in and celebrate some of the career other musicians and artists that I've had the privilege of working with through the years. What
about the music scene in Athens and joining with the Georgia Theater? Is it as vibrant as it used to be, or can it ever be what it once was?
Well, it's ebb and flow, isn't it? And that's the way it ought to be. It's great history with REM and gosh, Love Tractor and B-52s and all of those great acts. Again, just not that Sea Level was from here, but we had a strong connection. We played Athens a lot. And so, so many bands, Widespread Panic, as we know, who's an ongoing entity these days, have a very strong connection to Athens. So it continues to produce great music, in my opinion. What does the future hold? Who knows? But I think the grounds are very strong, for the breeding grounds for musicians here. So hopefully it'll continue to contribute.
Georgia's always on your mind. What about the Georgia Theater?
Of course, the Georgia Theater's on my mind, and again, it's just a real honor and a privilege to be able to be involved in the reopening of it. And I haven't seen it yet, but I understand they've just done an outstanding job. I've heard so many good things about the sound system, about the way that they've kept the integrity of the building, and I think the fans will be pleased, and I think the musicians will be pleased.
National attention will be focused because of the Georgia Theater back in Athens, back in Georgia, and that venue. Will this happen?
Well, that's right. When I first got the call about doing this, my manager said, Chuck, there's going to be a lot of national attention on this, and I think you ought to consider doing it. I haven't even played a gig in a while, to be honest with you, Charlie, so this came out of the blue for me. I've been working with other artists, John Mayer lately, and had some other things on the agenda. But when this came up and we talked about it, I said, yeah, I need to do this. This is very important.
Make some more magic on August the 2nd.